Students, in this class we are going to learn about a new chapter in cost accounting called process costing. In process costing, we are going to solve problem in relation to simple process problem. Before learning about this, we should know the meaning of normal loss, abnormal gain and abnormal loss. First, we should know the meaning of normal loss. Normal loss is a loss unavoidable. It occurred in the normal course of manufacturing process. It is an anticipated and expected loss. It happened because of the characteristics or nature of the raw material. For example, a company expects 500 units as normal loss. If normal loss decreases, it leads to abnormal gain. For example, a company estimated its normal loss as 500 units, but its actual normal loss is 450 units. So 50 units decreased in normal loss, that we should consider as abnormal gain. So there is a linkage between abnormal gain and normal loss. Then what do you mean by abnormal loss? Sometimes the loss due to theft, fire, it leads to abnormal loss. This loss can be avoidable. This loss more than the normal loss we should consider as abnormal loss. Now let me see problem in relation to the simple problem. Look at the board. A product is completed in 3 consecutive processes. A product is completed after passing 3 processes. During the particular month, the input to process 1 of the basic raw material was 5,000 units at 2 per unit. So in the first process, they introduced 5,000 units at 2 per unit. Other information for the month was as follows: process 1, process 2, process 3. The output of the process 1 4,700, the output of process 2 4,300, the output of process 3 4,050. Normal loss as percentage on input 5%, 10% and 5%. Scrap value in rupees. In process 1, the scrap value rupee 1. In process 2, scrap value rupees 5. In process 3, the scrap value rupees 6 per unit. Then direct wages in rupees 3,000, 5,000 and 8,000. Direct expenses in rupees 9,750, 9,910 and 15,560 in process 3. Overhead rupees 32,000 total, chargeable as percentage on direct wages. So total overheads are given, that should be divided on the basis of direct wages. So direct wages, process 1 3,000, direct wages process 1 3,000, process 2 5,000, process 3 direct wages 8,000. So total overhead, that should be divided in 3:5:8. So 3/16 goes to process 1, 5/16 goes to process 2, 8/16 goes to process 3. There were no opening and closing work in progress. Prepare process accounts, abnormal gain account, normal loss account and abnormal loss account. First we'll prepare process 1 account. Here I have 3 column: particular, units, rupees. In credit side, particular, units, rupees. So debit side I have particular, units, rupees. In credit side I have particular, units, rupees. Yes, first we will start to raw material. In process 1, they introduced 5,000 units, each unit rupees 2. So total units introduced 5,000, each unit 2. So the total cost of the raw material introduced rupees 10,000. Then we will take the other expenses. Direct wages in rupees 3,000. Then direct expenses rupees 9,750. Then overhead, total overheads are 32,000. It should be divided on the basis of direct wages. Already we found ratio for process 1 3/16. For process 1 3/16. So 32,000 into 3/16, rupees 6,000 charged to process 1. Then we should find the normal loss. normal loss should be credited. Normal loss as percentage on input. So first process concerned, normal loss estimated at 5% on input. So input how many units? 5,000 units. So on 5,000 units, 5% will get 250 units. This we should consider as normal loss. If we sell normal loss, we will get scrap value of rupees 1. So 250 into 1 will get 250 rupees. Then the output of process 1 considered to be transferred to next process. The output of process 1 should be transferred to the process 2 account. So the output of process 1 is 4,700. 4,700. Then we have to find abnormal gain or abnormal loss. For that I will give you one formula. First we will take units introduced. Units introduced. Total unit introduced, how many units? 5,000. Of which normal loss, how many units? 250 units. So balance 4,750, that we called normal output. Students, unit introduced 5,000, normal loss expected 5% on 5,250. Our normal that is expected output is 4,750, but our actual output we know 4,700. So normal output is more than the actual output. So balance 50, this we called abnormal. This we called abnormal loss. The abnormal loss unit should be credited to the process account by abnormal loss 50 units. Then we have to find the value for abnormal loss. For that the formula, abnormal loss in rupees. For that the formula is normal cost of normal output, normal cost of normal output, normal cost of normal output divided by normal output multiplied by abnormal loss. Students, we are going to find abnormal loss. We are going to find abnormal loss value in rupees. Abnormal loss in rupees. For that the formula, normal cost of normal output divided by normal output multiplied by abnormal loss. What is normal cost of normal output? The total cost incurred. How much? 10,000 plus 3,000 plus 9,750 plus 6,000. So the total cost incurred 28,750, of which we recovered because of normal loss 250. So total cost incurred minus scrap value, the normal loss value, will get normal cost of normal output divided by normal output. Already we ascertained 4,750 into abnormal loss we know 50. So we will get the value of abnormal loss. So 28,750, 10,000 plus 3,000 plus 9,750 plus 6,000. So total cost incurred minus normal loss value 250. Balance will get 28,500 divided by 4,750 multiplied by 50. Will get rupees 300, that we consider as abnormal loss value. So the abnormal loss value divided by abnormal loss unit will get abnormal loss per unit. The abnormal loss per unit value. Abnormal loss per unit value at rupees 6 per unit. Okay, now we are going to balance process 1. So first we will total the units column, it will agree. Units column, it will agree. Then we'll balance this amount value 10,000 plus 3000 plus 9750 plus 6000. So debit side value always heavier than credit side. 28,750 minus 550, 28,200. So 28,200 for 4,700 unit up. Then the each unit is the same as abnormal loss per unit. 28,200 divided by 4,700 will get same 6. Students, one thing you should remember: normal loss, normal gain per unit and process cost per unit remain same. So we completed first process. So the process 1 output should be transferred to the process 2 account. So to process 1 account. How much we get from process 1? 4,700 unit. Its value 28,200. Then we'll take 2 direct wages. 2 direct wages. Second process 5,000. Then 2 direct expenses. Second process 9,110. Then 2 overhead. 2 overhead total value 32,000, of which the ratio of process 2 is 5/16. 5/16. So 32,000 multiplied by 5/16 will get 10,000. Then go to the credit side, find normal loss. Find normal loss. As far as second process concerned, the normal loss percentage 10%. 10% on the input 4,700 units. So 470 units. Each scrap value how much? 5. So 470 into 5. 470 into 5. So the value of normal loss is 2,350. Then we should transfer the output of process 2 to the process 3. Process 3 account. So the output of process 2, how much? 4,300 units. Then we have to find abnormal loss or abnormal gain. For that, the formula just now I introduced. Units introduced in process 2, how many units? 4,700 minus normal loss units 470. So 4,700 units introduced in process 2, of which 470 units normal loss. So our normal output 4,230. So normal output 4,230, but our actual output is 4,300 minus actual output is 4,300. So we got 70 more, that we called abnormal gain. So abnormal gain should be debited in the process account to abnormal gain. Its value 70 units. Now we will find the value of abnormal gain. So abnormal gain in rupees, that we know the formula: normal cost of normal output divided by normal output into abnormal. Instead of abnormal loss, we can use abnormal gain. So first we will find normal cost of normal output. What we have to do? We will add all debit side expenses, deduct revenue from the normal loss. We will get normal loss, normal cost of normal output. So value 28,200 plus 5,000 plus 9,910 plus 10,000. So total cost incurred, of which we recovered from the scrap value 2,350. So our normal cost of normal output is 50,760. Our normal output 4,230. Our abnormal gain is 70. So 50,760 divided by 4,230 multiplied by 70 will get 840 rupees. That is 840. That is 840. That is abnormal gain value. Now we will balance the unit column. Unit column always it should agree. So 4770. 4770. Now we will balance the rupees column, value column. 28,200 plus 5,000 plus 9,910 plus 10,000 plus 840. So debit side total 53,950. 53,950 minus 2,350 normal loss value, will get 51,600 divided by 4,300 unit, will get cost per unit of process 2, value rupees 12. Then if we divide the total value of abnormal loss by total units of abnormal loss, we will get the same value, 840 divided by 70. What I am telling you, abnormal gain, abnormal loss, cost per unit, and the respective process cost per unit should be same, remain same. Next, move to the process 3. Here we will get input from process 2. Process 2 account. Process 2. The output of process 2 is 4,300 units. Its value 51,600. Then we'll take direct wages, 2 direct expenses, and 2 overheads. Move to the process 3. Direct wages 8,000, direct expenses 15,560, overhead, total overhead 32,000, of which process 3 ratio 8/16. So it cost 16,000. Then go to the credit side, write by normal loss. Normal loss is unavoidable, occurred in the normal course of manufacturing process. It is expected based on the past experience. Its percentage 5 on the input. So 4,300 units introduced in process 3, on that we should calculate 5%. So 215. Its scrap value rupees 6. So 1,290. 1,290. Then here the output of process 3 considered as finished stock. Considered as finished stock. The output how much? 4,050. Then we have to find abnormal loss or abnormal gain. So units introduced as far as process 3 concerned, 4,300 minus normal loss units 215. So 4,300, of which normal loss expected 215. So our normal output supposed to be 4,085 normal output, but our actual output that is finished stock 4,050. So 35 units considered as abnormal loss. We have to find abnormal loss value. Abnormal loss value, that is in rupees. What is the formula? Normal cost of normal output divided by normal output into abnormal loss or abnormal gain. So abnormal loss, it will be credited by abnormal loss, its value 35 units. Now we will find the value. We will add the debit side expenses incurred, 51,600 plus 8,000 plus 15,560 plus 16,000. Total cost incurred 91,160. We recovered on sale of normal loss. We will get 1,290 divided by normal output 4,085 multiplied by abnormal loss. So 91,160 minus 1,290 divided by 4,085 multiplied by 35. We will get 770. That is the abnormal loss value, 770. Now we will balance the units column. Always the unit column will agree. but value column always debit side is heavier than credit side. The amount column debit side heavier than credit side. Minus 1290 minus 770, 89,100 divided by 4050. We'll get cost of finished product at 22 per unit. I told you the normal loss cost per unit also same. So 770 divided by 35 will get same 22 per unit. Students, till now we completed process 1, process 2 and process 3 account. Now we'll prepare abnormal loss, abnormal gain and normal loss account. Yes, students. Now let me prepare abnormal gain account first. Yes, we found abnormal gain in process 2. In process 2 abnormal gain debited. So in abnormal gain account it should be credited. So by process 2 account, abnormal gain, how many units? 70 units. Its value we calculated 840. It is the cost per unit of the respective process. It is at 12 per unit. The abnormal gain occurred because of the normal loss decrease. So the abnormal gain should be transferred to the normal loss. Normal loss. How many units? 70. The scrap value of the process 2 is 5. The scrap value of process 2 is 5 per unit. So 70 into 5, 350. Actually, we found abnormal gain value as cost per unit of the respective process, but actually we can realize only the scrap value. So the unit column will agree. We provided 840 for abnormal gain, but we can realize only 350. So the balance should be transferred to costing profit and loss account. Costing profit and loss account. Its value 840 minus 350. So 490 should be transferred to costing profit and loss account. Students, actually abnormal loss valued at cost per unit of the respective process. If we sell the abnormal gain, if we sell that abnormal gain, we can recover only the normal loss, scrap value. So the difference between abnormal value and scrap value of the same unit should be transferred to the costing profit and loss account. Then we have to prepare the normal loss account. First, we should transfer the abnormal gain value to the normal loss. So in abnormal gain, debit side we recorded normal loss. In abnormal loss, credit side we will record abnormal gain. Its value 70 units and 350 units. Then we will take the normal loss from the respective process. In process 1, normal loss credited. In normal loss account, the process 1 should be debited. How many units? 250 units. Its value 250. Then in process 2 account, the normal loss credited. Here it should be debited 470. Its value 2350. Then in process 3 also normal loss credited. Here the process 3 account should be debited 215 units. Its value 1290. Now we are going to realize this normal loss. First, process 1 realization by bank, 250 units. Each unit scrap value rupees 1. So we can realize 250 as far as process 1 concerned. Then process 2 bank, the scrap value rupees 5. Scrap value rupees 5 per unit. Scrap value rupees 5 per unit. So normal loss in process 2, how many units? 470. We got normal gain how much? 70. So 470 minus 70. So balance 400 should be transferred to the should be used for the realization of normal loss. So 400 into 5 will get 2000. Then in process 3, scrap value 6 per unit. So 2150 into 6. 215 into 6 will get 1290. Definitely the normal loss unit and value column will agree. 250 plus 470 plus 215. So 935 as far as unit column. Amount column 250 plus 2350 plus 1290. So 3890. Here we'll add 350 plus 250 plus 2000 plus 1290. It should agree. Next, we have to prepare abnormal loss. We have abnormal loss in process 1 and process 3. The process abnormal loss always credited, but in abnormal loss, in process account abnormal loss credited, in abnormal loss the process account should be debited. Process 1 account, process 1 abnormal loss 50, its value we calculated 300. In process 3 abnormal loss 35, its value we decided 770. Then we are going to realize bank 50 units at scrap value. Process 1 rupees 1 per unit. So 50 into 1 50. Then by bank process 3 scrap value 6 per unit. So 35 into 6. 35 into 6 will get 210. Now we'll balance. The unit column will agree. Unit column will agree. Amount column will not agree because we charged more for normal loss. Actually we will realize only the scrap value. So 300 plus 770. 1070 minus 50 minus 210. So the balance 810 should be transferred to costing, profit and loss account. Students, we completed the problem in relation to simple process. In next class we will solve different problem. Till then, bye and thank you.